When was sin brought into the world? What was the first sin?
When God saw the sin in the darkness.
And who committed the first sin? You were just telling me about it.
The devil.
Okay. Well, how did sin get brought into this world?
Because there was no light except for God's light.
Yeah. Who was the first human that sinned?
The first human was Adam and Eve.
Okay. What did they do?
They ate the fruit that God said not to, and our clothes disappeared.
Ooh, and so they knew that they were naked and they weren't supposed to. So God brought sin in the world. Okay. So when Adam and Eve brought sin in this world because of their sin, how could we get rid of sin? Is there a way at the time?
No, it's just like this way to follow God and try your best to destroy sin and get baptized.
Okay, so baptism is the way to get rid of sin. God sent Jesus
to die on the cross for us.
That's right. So the picture is we have Jesus came to this earth, and then Jesus died on the cross, right? Mm-hmm. He died on the cross. That's what a cross is. You see all these crosses, right? That's what Jesus died on, right?
Yes.
And then when Jesus died on the cross, they buried him, right? In the grave. This will be our grave. We'll just pretend it's our grave. Let's draw some flowers on there, right?
Yeah.
He just died and they put him in there. And what happened after that? He just stayed dead, right?
What?
Did Jesus stay dead all the time after he had died and they buried him?
No. He came back alive and under this kid that was near it. That was like fold out, like this that they pushed.
Oh, because they put him in a tomb. So that's the grave, right? So did he stay in the grave forever? Was he dead forever? What happened?
And then Jesus came out.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Please no more sinning" or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So when he came back from the dead, so here's the thing. We have all the sin that Adam and Eve, because of this apple, they took a bite of, right? Okay. And then Jesus came to the cross, okay? And he took all the sin. He took all the sin right here. Let me show you. He took all the sin right here on him. And so then when he went to the grave, when he went to the tomb, you're right about the boulder being in front of the tomb. That's his grave, just where they died and they buried him, right? But he took all the sin into the grave, right? When he died. And then when he came back up and he was alive again, saying, "Don't sin anymore," did he have the sin, or was the sin gone?
All of it was gone.
All of it was gone. That's so smart. So all the sin was gone,
and then God realized there was still more sin in the world.
Okay, so how do we get rid of our sin?
We follow God's path.
Mm-hmm.
And don't sin.
How do we know what sin is?
Sin is when you kill and you say bad words to people, and you try to make people kill people and try to arrest them for no good reason.
For no good reason, things like that.
Killing animals just for fun.
What about telling lies? Is that sin?
Yes.
Yes. What about hurting people? You mentioned. What about you know where you find sin? How do I know where to find sin? What sin is? Where does it tell? Is there a book that tells about what sin?
The Bible.
The Bible. So smart. Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, stop running for a second. Okay, just drop 1 second.
I'm writing something.
Okay, you're writing something. Okay, cool.
The Bible.
Bible.
I would just buy it. The book.
The Bible. B-I-B, a book. Okay, cool.
Book.
All right. So here's the thing. So when you get baptized, it's like this. You're like this right now. You've got all the sin on you. And when you go down into the grave, you go into the tomb. It's like going down into the water, right? It's not because when you go in the water, it looks like you're down below the water, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like pretending like you're Jesus when down in the water. When you come back up, you're clean. You don't have the sin anymore because Jesus saves you, and it's like dying to the old Ashton and coming up a brand new person. Now, hold on a second. Here's the thing. Yep, that's exactly. Oh, you drew a picture of it. Good. But you don't go alone after you go into the grave. What do you have inside you? Who lives inside of you?
Jesus.
Jesus and God. And what's it called? The Holy
Spirit.
Holy Spirit, smart, smart, smart. Okay, the Holy Spirit lives inside. He's so smart. Knows a lot.
I'm trying that right.
The Holy Spirit lives inside of you. So when you pray, God listens. God hears you. And do you have to keep getting baptized after you get baptized once, or do you have to get resaved after you believe in Jesus and follow Him?
No, you had to follow your whole life.
Well, you have to try to do your best, but does God forgive you when you make mistakes?
Yes.
He does. And you keep
Except
praying
for-
and you keep following Him, and God will keep forgiving you no matter what. Okay? So when you do this, you don't have to go get baptized again just because you do. You're gonna, because it's not. Hey, do you think Dad even does bad things sometimes?
Yes.
Okay, so how do I get forgiven of my sin?
You pray to God and say, "I'm sorry I sinned. Please, God, help me not sin anymore."
You're exactly right. That's very smart, buddy. Do you feel like it's important for you to get baptized?
Yes.
Why?
Did you think about today? Maybe not. And then what did you think? Tell Dad about that part.
What part?
That you was thinking about not, and then what did you think?
Why did you think you didn't want to get baptized? Or you thinking maybe not get baptized for a while?
Yeah, I was thinking I wasn't getting baptized, but then I thought a minute. If I get baptized, I'll follow God's path.
And why were you thinking not to get baptized?
Because I was thinking the water might be cold.
The water might be cold.
The water might be cold.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nobody's ever good enough to be to.
G.
God always forgives. Okay, we're always gonna make mistakes. Daddy still makes mistakes. Mommy still makes mistakes. But God still forgives us. Okay. And when you get baptized, have you ever heard of something called the Lord's Supper or communion? Have you ever heard that before?
No.
Okay, let me show you. Let me draw like a circle. Okay, you've seen the little plate that's sitting there in the experience room when you go in.
It's got the
there's
juice.
It's got the juice and on it,
Yeah.
and a little cracker on top. Why do you think we take that juice and the cracker?
Because it's like we're drinking Jesus' blood, and we're
What about the bread?
and like the time that Jesus, can I ride my back?
Sure.
Jesus carried this basket, had a basket, and said, "God, make this food
Mm-hmm.
last."
But the bread is like wait a second. The bread is like the body of Jesus, and the grape juice is like His blood. Okay,
Yeah.
Stop drawing for a
wanna
second,
grab
okay?
fish.
Hold on. Let's not draw it for now, okay? Just stop for a second, okay? Stop for a second. It depends on 1 second. So why do you see Daddy and Mommy take the Lord's Supper? Why do we eat the bread and drink the grape juice?
What? Because when it's kind of like baptism, you're like drinking the blood of God, like of Jesus, and it's kind of
His
like
body.
He got baptism before we did it. He got baptism, and it's kind of like if we drink it, it's kind of like His blood. It kind of means that you're kind of baptized.
Okay.
Because like it's kind of like His blood.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Jesus told us to take that blood and that cracker. Remember His body that was given for us.
That He died on the cross.
Because when Jesus died on the cross, that was one-time thing. He only had to die one time. But whenever we take the juice and the cracker, it reminds us. It's like you do certain things to help remind you to do your
my
homework.
homework.
Yeah, good job. Pinch poke you on me cover. To do your homework or helps you remember a great day in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever had something really special happen to you?
Do you know when I get blues
Uh-huh.
and greens and
Mhm,
red
mhm.
and yellow? It's because of the sin. It kind of makes me a little bad and it's not me. It's just like the sin that does it.
Well, how about this? How about whenever you get, like, let's say you get 5 blues and Mom and Dad give you $1
Yeah.
and you buy a little game or something, buy the candy. Every time you look at that game, what do you remember?
Jesus.
No.
Or getting a blue.
What do you remember? Makes you remember getting blues, right?
Mhm.
Means that you say, I remember getting a game and Mom and Dad getting a game before, right? For doing some good things. When you look at it, you go, I did good stuff and I got this game. Well, when you take the the grape juice and the crackers, you remember the great thing Jesus did for you.
Which he died on the cross.
Yeah, when he died on the cross.
He
Every time
Sacrificed his blood and his body.
Yeah.
You know what would be weird to see? Like when your life flashes through your eyes, you can kind of see. It would be weird to see like when your life flashes in your eyes.
Mhm.
It would be weird if you saw your body when you saw your body when God made you. That would be
That is very weird.
Yeah.
So why do we take the Lord's Supper? Why do we take communion?
Y'all scoot in closer.
Because
It helps us remember what?
remember God and Jesus.
Yeah, remember
Dying on the
Jesus died
cross.
on the cross.
Because he sacrificed his blood, his body.
Remember, okay, drinking the juice, go, and eating the cracker helps us go, oh, I'm supposed to be like Jesus because Jesus died on the cross. And I'm baptized. And I'm a Christian. I follow Jesus.
Yes,
So it's like something we all do. You do with Mommy and Daddy. We take the Lord's Supper. We take the Lord's Supper together on Sunday. And it helps you remember that that Jesus died for you. And that you're going to live for Him. Now, is it really important to try to live like a Christian once you get baptized?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think you seem like you're really smart about that. I know quite a bit. What do you think, Mom?
I think so.
It's not.
I'm so proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I want to see?
What?
I want to see Jesus' real body, like here on earth, because it's not the real body on it's a real body in heaven, but I want to see his body on earth.
Mm.
Like both of his bodies, like his heaven body and his
Earthly body.
Earthly body.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about getting baptized on Sunday?
Happy.
Happy?
It's kind of like God is this dragon, and he's trying to burn all of the sin,
Mm-hmm.
and he's kind of like he shoots out the people out of his breath,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like he makes earth and the world, and God, it's like, okay,
I love you guys.
Love you, Misty, Mama.
I love you, Ashton.
I love you too.